So good morning, everyone. Good morning. So we are going to start a chapter called as complex numbers, right? So like let you know, right? I'm not going to start a new chapter, first of all, right? I'm trying to use whatever we have already learned, right? Whatever we have already studied, I'll be just using that only, okay? So let me ask you this thing first. How many of you know number system? Just raise your hand. Everyone knows, right? Because we have been studying this chapter since how many years? Sir, 4 years, sir. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. 5 years. Wow, right? Okay. Everyone know this? Raise your hand. Everyone know this? Number system, what is real number and all those things? Rational number, irrational number and all those things. Right? So this is the extension of that. Okay. Now second, how many of you know? Yes. Okay. Second, how many of you know vectors? I guess all of you know vectors by now. Yes or no? All of you know vectors by now? Right? I'm not going to teach anything new, right? Except for one thing, except for one small information, right? I'm not going to teach anything new. Okay. And then the third, how many of you know coordinate geometry? Basic wala, basic. Putting a point, right? Making a line, something like that. Slope and all, that's it. Basic. Basic. Tell me. Like, what is x-axis, what is y-axis, what is the coordinate, what is abscissa, right? If I'm saying put x comma y, right, 2 comma 3, where to put 2 comma 3, right? That's it. What's the slope, line? That's it, right? Basic coordinate. Everyone knows that, right? Yes or no? Tell me, Roshni, Reshma, Ananya, Sampada, Prashasti is not here. Amrita. Okay. Now, fourth, right? Fourth is all favorite, trigonometry. We know this also, right? So I guess all of you know these four things. Yes or no? Yes or no? Tell me. Yes. Okay. Now fifth. So क्या sir? सारा chapter आप use कर लोगे क्या? Right? Fifth is basics of modulus. Right? Modulus function. I guess all of you know modulus function. मैंने ही पढ़ाया है. Right? What is modulus function? You know. Right? Yes or no? Right? Just basic of modulus function. That's it. That's it. Like it is just like very basic. The definition only. Okay. So let us start. Right? Let us start with number system. Let us start with number system. Okay. So yes. Right. Now let us start with number system. I'm not going to teach you anything new. Anything new. Okay. Because some of you might be worried, so kya naya chapter start hoga and all those things. Okay, so I guess all of you know number system, yes or no? This is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, right? We have been studying this since bachpan, right? Okay, so these numbers are called as, tell me, real numbers. Very good, very good, real numbers. Okay, now my question is that, okay, till now, when we studied functions, okay, right, or when we studied the number system, we said that, sir, right, if I'm having root, right, whatever is inside the root should always be positive. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? That is what we have been studying, right? But there's one more statement that we always used to say, right? What was that statement? The statement was whatever is inside the root should be positive for real values. For real values, yes or no? Tell me. That is what we always used to say, है ना? Right? For example, if I'm having root of f of x, then f of x should be greater than equal to 0 for real values. है ना? Right? We always say that f of x will be greater than equal to 0 for real values. Right? Now my question is, okay, what if it is not greater than equal to 0, right? Not greater than 0. Then what will happen? Right? For example, if I'm saying this, root of -3, right? So you can say, sir, how this is possible? How this is possible? Because if you talk about this, -3 is equal to x, right? So you are saying that x squared is equal to -3, right? And which contradicts the statement or basic fundamental inequality that square of any number, right, is always positive, right? Is that statement wrong? No, that statement is not wrong. That statement is perfectly fine, right? Because whatever we say was with respect to real numbers, right? Now, tell me one thing. Have we ever encountered something like this? Tell me, have we ever, right, encountered something like this, right, while solving a problem? We did, now, if you remember the quadratic equation, right? Okay, sorry, basic of modulus and quadratic equation. And quadratic equation. Okay, right? Huh. So how many of you remember that when we used to solve quadratic equation, right? Obviously class 10, we used to check what? We used to check D. How many of you remember this? Raise your hand. We used to check D, that if D was positive or D is negative. Agree? Right? We used to check D. Right? So if D was less than 0, then what we used to say? Tell me. If D was less than 0, then what we used to say? No real roots, correct. Right? So we have seen this case, and we have seen this case in which D was less than 0, right? So obviously it is not out of the world thing, right? There are the cases in which the values inside the root may be negative, right? They are like, obviously, because when we solve any problem, I hope all of you know that mathematics is just a tool to solve problems. Yes or no? All of you know this, na? That maths is just a tool, right? Nothing else. Okay, there's no practical use of maths, just maths, right? But it is used, okay, to solve physical problems. Okay, right? So there are some physical problems in which when we try to calculate, we get something like this, right? And this cannot be solved using our basic number system, right? Yes or no? Can this root -3 lie on this number line? Tell me. My question would be, can this lie on this number line? No, because sir, it is not real, right? It is not real. And this is your real number line. Yes or no? Very good, Prashashti. You joined, okay? So I can say this is not real. Not real. Not real. So if it is not real, it will not lie on this number line. Makes sense? Yes or no? Right? So next question would be, okay, sir, if you're saying that it is not real, but it does exist, right? It does exist. Okay. When we solve problems, we get something like this, right? I have to do something, right, about these kind of numbers. Yes or no? Tell me. Hi, Anna. Right? So in the same way, right, as we make real number line, right, Anna, we have one another number line like this. Yes or no? Tell me. Think about it, right? Yes or no? This another number line, which is a vertical number line, it is your, tell me, and these kind of numbers is called as imaginary. Obviously, if it's not real, it is imaginary. Right? It does not exist in real world, right? But it does exist. है ना? Right? Think about it. Right? And obviously the imaginary is just a term given to these kind of numbers. Right? So can I say that, okay, sir, right? If I'm having this horizontal line as real number line, I can make a vertical line, okay, and I can put these numbers on this. Makes sense? Tell me, makes sense? Tell me. Everyone have any doubt in this? I'm just discussing number system, right? Extension of number system. Anyone have any doubt till this point? Raise your hand. Clear? No, super easy, right? Super easy. Now, next question is, your next question should be, sir, how to represent it? Because when I'm writing 1, 2, 3, it was very clear, right? I just have to represent 1, 2, 3. But if I'm representing root this, root -1, root 2, then how to do that? Okay, let us try to resolve that issue. So now I hope all of you know that root AB can be written as root A into root B. Yes or no? I guess this is something that we already know, right? Okay. So if I'm writing root -1 into 4, it can be written as, tell me, it can be written as root -1 into root 4, which is equal to 2 into root -1. Yes or no? Tell me. Hi, Anna. Okay. Or if I'm writing root -3, this can be written as root -1 into root 3, which is equal to root 3 into root -1. Hi, Anna, tell me yes or no. So can I say that if I'm having any number, right, minus a, any number, it can be written as root -1 into root a. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? So which can be written as root a into root -1. Now, obviously, root -1, I can write root -1 all the time, but it doesn't look good, right? To write this all the time. It doesn't look good. Right? Okay, it's just how this, like, those who actually invented or formulated these things, right? They didn't find it cool to write -1 always, so they gave a term, right, or a symbol for this, right? And that symbol, right, or that term, right, is called as iota. Iota. Okay, I, as simple as that, right? So root -1 is equal to I. Simple. क्यों? God knows. ठीक है, जिसने बनाया उसने बोल दिया कि भाई इसको आई बोलेंगे, right? है ना? There is no logical reason behind that, right? Suppose श्रीकर अगर डिस्कवर करता है, श्रीकर बोलता है कि we will call it as S, right? है ना? So हम लोग उसको S पढ़ रहे हो. Yes or no? Tell me. I guess this is clear, right? है ना? If Prashasti would have discovered this, then she would be like, let us call as P. So we would have called it as P. Okay. So there's no logical reason why it is called as I. It is just called as I. है ना? Right? Clear है ये चीज? Anyone have any doubt in this? Tell me. Anyone have any doubt in this? अब तक बहुत simple है हर चीज. So I can say, okay, sir. Now this can be written as what? 2i. This can be written as root 3i. And this can be written as root ai. I'm just writing root -1 as I. Simple. Enough. Okay, very good. Awesome. Right, you guys are so smart, huh? Okay. Now tell me, can you see something over here? What is 2? 2 is a real number. Yes or no? 2 is a real number. Right? Yes. But it is attached with what? It is attached with I. Which, yes, which makes it as imaginary number. Now here I is just representation of imaginary, right? That might be the logic, right? I would mean imaginary, so let us call it I. Okay, that would be the logical reason, right? Obviously it is not logical reason, that would be the convenient thing to do. So if I'm having I, which means it is a imaginary what? Number. Okay. Now So I can say 0. 0 will be for everyone. 0 is common. We know that. X-axis, Y-axis में 0 common होता है. Now, if I say, let us make this number line. So can I say that, sir, it is 1i? Tell me, can I say that it is 1i? It is 2i, right? Or instead of just writing I, I'll just write this, that this is an imaginary number line. Same as coordinate, right? I'll say this, it is imaginary number, I wala, it is real, it is imaginary. Okay. So I can say that it is also 1, it is also 2, it is also 3, 4, 5. It means it is I, 2i, 3i, 4i, 5i. Same as coordinate, right? Yes. Same as vectors. Yes. Tell me. Hi, Anna. Right? And this is what? This is -1, which is -i, -2, -2i, -3i, -4i, -5i. I'm not writing I because it will become again clumsy. Okay. Yes, exactly. जैसे हम लोगों ने x-axis y-axis पढ़ा ना, वैसे ही यहाँ x-axis will be real and y-axis will be imaginary, as simple as that. So this is clear. Tell me, this is clear. यहाँ सब कुछ समझ में आ गया? Yes or no? Right? Nothing new. है ना? The only thing that we have studied new is this root -1 is called as I. That is the only new thing. है ना? Right? Think about it. Apart from that, everything was like something we have already studied. Anyone have any doubt in this? Tell me, raise your hand. Anything have any doubt in this? Okay. So now your question should be, sir, what is a complex number? What is a complex number? Right? Okay, my question would be, right? My question would be, suppose this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Suppose, right? Suppose this is x-axis, this is y-axis. And vector. Think about vectors. So how, if I'm saying, suppose I'm having a point A, right? Suppose I'm having a point A, which is 2, 3. How will you plot it? Tell me. How will you plot it? Vectors. I'm using the concept of vectors. How will you plot it? Sir, x will be 2. Suhan, it is root of -1. No, Suhan, root of -1. And root of -1 is not a negative value. It is an imaginary value. There's a difference between -1 and root of -1. Got it? Ayana, tell me. Okay? Yes, 2 in x-axis and 3 in y-axis. So don't you think that this will be this point? Sir, this will be this point? Agree? Yes or no? Yes or no? Okay, now imagine this as a vector. Imagine this as a vector, right? So if I'm saying this is a vector, what is the position vector of this? Tell me, what will be the position vectors for this? Sir, this will be the position vector, yes or no? Think about it, yes or no? Right? Okay, so if I have to write this A vector, how I will write? 2i cap plus 3j cap. Agree? Yes or no? Half thalo. Yes or no? Vectors. Anyone have any doubt till this point? Right? I'll just use the same concept. But is this x-axis? Is this y-axis? Tell me. Right? Is this x-axis? Is this y-axis? No, right? This is real axis and imaginary axis. Yes or no? Right? Clear? Tell me. Right? So I can say that, so this is what? This is just 2. This is just 2. This is just 2. Plus, what is this? Tell me, what is this? What is the distance in y-axis? Tell me. What is this? Ye kya hai? Everyone, tell me, batao, what is this? 3i. Very good, Snigdha, hai na? Correct, Shrutika. 3i. Right? So when you talk about vectors, I represent ij because it means x-axis, y-axis. But here, right, this x-axis means real, right, number, and the y-axis means imaginary number, right? Yes or no? Clear ho gaya ye cheez? Tell me, clear ho gaya ye cheez? Anyone have any doubt till this point? Same as vectors. Yes or no? Okay. Now, next question should be, sir, obviously, now you're saying that this is, right, the representation of this number, which is basically sum of both real and imaginary. So what it is called? चैप्टर का नाम क्या है? Right? Complex है ना, बहुत complex है ये, right? So we usually write Z, है ना, we usually give this complex as a representation of Z. Clear हो गया ये चीज सबको? Tell me, ये यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आया? Tell me, right? Okay, so just relate it with vectors, that's it. Always relate it with vectors. Okay, so if I ask, what is a complex number? Tell me, what is a complex number? Sir, complex number is nothing but sum of real number and imaginary number. Yes or no? Tell me, yes or no? Think about it. Agree, right? Where A is what? A is real part, and BI, tell me, BI is imaginary part. Clear है? Makes sense? Anyone have any doubt on this point? Tell me. Simple लग रहा है कि नहीं? Super easy लग रहा है कि नहीं? Tell me. Okay. Right. Okay. Very good. Now, if I ask you, just think like a vector. If I ask you, right, to plot any complex number, can you do that? Can you do that? Just as a vector. Keep vectors in your mind, right? At least till now, right? Keep vectors in your mind. Right? So this is real, this is imaginary, right? Instead of xy, I'll just write real imaginary. Okay, right? Yes, simple, hai na? So can you plot this? Z is equal to -3 plus 2i. Sometimes it is also written as I2. It's fine, okay, right? Normally in some books it is written as I2, right? It is also written as a plus ib or a plus bi. Both are correct because again it is multiplication, na, minus √1 into 3 or 3 into minus √1. Does it make any difference? Tell me. Think about it, right? No, na, -1 into 3 or 3 into -1. Both are same. So it is I into B or B into I, right? Real तो रियल तो ऐसे ही लिखते हैं ना, बचपन से हम लोग रियल कैसे लिखते आ रहे हैं? As it is, right? है ना, 1 2 3 4, that is the real, है कि नहीं? वो तो imaginary नया है ना, इसलिए imaginary के लिए I लगा दिया because of this minus, right? √-1, है ना? ठीक है? Okay, so this Z is equal to this, Z is equal to -2 plus I, है ना? Z is equal to 3 minus I. Okay, so I guess all of you can plot this in your notebook. Just plot it in your notebook. Everyone, plot it in your notebook. See, technically it says I, 2i, 3i, but I don't write it because it gets clumsy. And that is why I don't write it. Okay, so you understood it as I, 2i, 3i. I hope all of you already know this. This is without saying. Fish, you are getting it. Everyone is getting it. Okay, so can you plot these 2 points? Easy. Very good, Preeti. है ना, वेरी गुड प्रशस्ति, अनघा, अथर्व, चिन्मयी, रेणुका, विवेक, टेरेंस, नाजनीन.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I guess all of you can plot this. Super easy. Just like vectors, just like vectors. So -3 plus 2i, real mein -3, and this point. So this is this one. So I will just write as Z1, Z2, Z3. Same as Z1, Z2, Z3, just representation, right? I hope by studying vector you should know. So this is -3 plus 2i. Okay. Second one, -2 plus I, -2 plus I. I guess the second would be this one. Just point plotting, as simple as that. Then 3 minus I, so 3 minus I. Right? Clear? I guess this is clear. You can plot this point. Anna. Okay, so the first part is done, right? Concept one, check. What is complex number? Check, right? So if we talk about any complex number, it will have how many parts? Tell me, it will have how many parts? Two, correct, right? Real and imaginary. Very good. Now, as I said, keep vectors in your mind. Now, if I ask you, right? If I ask you that a is equal to 4, right? A is equal to 4. What is the value of A? Tell me. What is the value of A? Because this is something that we have been studying since class like 2, 3. What is the value of A? If I'm writing A is equal to 4, what is the value of A? Simple, sir, 4, right? As simple as that, right? 4. But if I'm writing this, right? If I'm writing this, now, obviously, it is not necessary that you should represent vector as Z. It can be represented by any number, okay, any variable, right? Okay, but it is general tradition, right? For sake of uniformity, I'm using Z. So suppose Z is equal to 3 plus 2i. Now, tell me, what is the value of this Z? What is the value of this Z? Now, keep vectors in your mind. Keep vectors in your mind. Think about vector and then tell me, what do you think? What would be the value of this complex number? Think about it. Yes, very good, Sampada. Magnitude, right? Magnitude is the value. So here I said 3 plus 2i. 3 plus 2i is this. 3 plus 2i is this. And what is the meaning of magnitude? Tell me, what's the meaning of value? Tell me. If I talk about value, what was the meaning? What was the meaning of value? Tell me. Even we talk about real numbers, what was the meaning of value? What is the meaning of magnitude? Tell me. What's the physical meaning? What's the meaning, actual meaning of magnitude? No, Reshma, it is basically the distance from the origin. Yes or no? Bachpan se yahi padhte aa rahe na hum log. Right? Distance from the origin. Yes or no? Right? In a number line. Right? If I'm saying what is the value of distance, right? This is this. Simple. Distance from the origin. That is the meaning of value. Yes or no? Right? The absolute value. In vectors also, if I ask you, what is the magnitude? What is the meaning of magnitude? Tell me. Distance from the origin. Yes or no? Raise your hand. Yes or no? Right? So what I want to find, sir, I want to find this length. Right? Simple. That's right. Exactly. Right? Exactly. Right? So I can say this is just like a vector. This is just like a vector. Right? Yes or no? Just like a vector. No issues, no difference, just like a vector. The only difference is in vector it was x-axis, y-axis. In complex number it is real and imaginary. Yes or no? Right? Now, I will rephrase my question. If I'm saying you, sir, vector r is equal to 3, right? Now 3 I cap plus 2 j cap. What was the magnitude of r? Tell me, what was the magnitude of r? Tell me, what was the magnitude of r? Root 13, very good. Root 13, root of 9 square. Sorry, 3 square 9 plus 2 square 4. Root 13, right? So I'm asking the same thing. Now tell me, am I asking something else or I'm asking the same thing, right? When I talk about the magnitude of this, I can say, sir, magnitude of z should be what? Right? This distance, which is a hypotenuse, right? Hypotenuse, and hypotenuse is equal to what? Tell me. Hypotenuse is equal to what? Everyone should know. What is the definition of hypotenuse? Root of perpendicular square plus base square. Yes or no? Root of, right? Tell me, perpendicular square plus base square, right? 3 square, yes, plus 2 square, which is equal to root 13. Hi Anna, tell me. Hi Anna. I hope all of you are getting how, right? This is similar to, exactly similar to vectors. Yes or no? Yes or no? Right? Okay. And what is this angle, guys? If I talk about this angle, theta, what is this angle? In terms of vectors, how we used to write this angle? Tell me. when you talk about vectors, just think about vectors for now. How we used to write this angle? Very good, Snigdha. Tan inverse, tan theta. Yes, tan theta is equal to 2 by 3, right? So theta is equal to tan inverse 2 by 3. Same. Ditto. कुछ करना ही नहीं है, कुछ नया नहीं करना है, right? है ना? Same. Clear हो गया ये चीज? Very good, Suhan. Very good, Snigdha. Yes or no? Tell me. Raise your hand. Yes or no? यहाँ तक सबको समझ में आया? Anyone have any doubt on this? Raise your hand. Anyone have any doubt on this? Okay. So what we have studied till now, right? Let us summarize, right? So concept 1. Just two concepts. Concept 1. What was the concept? That any complex number can be written as a plus ib, right? Or a plus bi, right? It is just how you write, doesn't matter. Okay? Where a and b are real numbers and I is equal to root minus 1, right? Making bi as imaginary part. Clear? Right? Yes? Any doubt? Okay? Now, second concept. Magnitude of any complex number, right? The definition of magnitude will remain same, right? Okay, is distance of that number, distance, okay, what I'm writing, displacement I'm writing. Distance of that number, complex number from origin, right? And it is given by root of, tell me, root of a square plus b square. Yes or no? Tell me, raise your hand. Okay? Okay. Now, since it is treated as vector, so I can say that angle of z with respect to what? With respect to real part, real axis, is given by, tell me, tan theta is equal to what? D by a. Imaginary part by real part. Yes or no? Anyone have any doubt in this? Raise your hand. Right? And note में करके लिख सकते हैं. Right? Relate it with vectors. Relate it with vectors. Okay, so this concept 1 is clear. Raise your hand. Everyone, right, should be very clear with this concept. Right? This is concept 1. Okay, awesome. Very good. Right? Now, let us see concept 2. This is just an introduction. Let us see concept 2. Okay. So topic 1 is clear. Okay. Now, obviously, we will discuss problems. We will discuss problems, but first we will just try to see NCERT. Okay, we will just see NCERT. So after this class, we just have to go through NCERT, nothing else, right? First, we'll do NCERT. Okay, right? And I'm going to teach again, as I told you, most of the things will be already covered. I'm just like using those things, right? I'm just using those things till now, right? I just taught you that root minus 1 is equal to y. That's it. Everything else was taught already, okay, right? Now, I guess all of you have common sense, right? How many of you have common sense? Raise your hand. How many of you have common sense? Everybody is having common sense, no? Very good, right? So let us see concept 2. Okay, concept 2, right? What is I, guys? What is I? I is equal to what? Tell me, I is equal to what? Root minus 1, right? I is equal to value, right? I is equal to what? It's not like What it represents? I is equal to root minus 1. So tell me, what is I square? What is I square? That is what you have to do. We have to learn this, right? And very good. Awesome. You guys have common sense. Very good. I'm so proud of you. So root minus 1 into root minus 1, which is, tell me, minus 1. Yes or no? Minus 1. Agree? Super easy. Okay. What is I cube? What is I cube? What is I cube? Tell me. What is I cube? So it is I squared into I. Yes or no? No, Nazneen. Again, that is why I asked you to use. Very good. Again, so what is I square? I square is already minus 1. Minus 1 into I. That's it. Yes or no? Anna? Right? So it is minus I. Yes or no? Right? I cube is minus I, which is equal to minus root minus 1. Right? Agree? Tell me. Agree? Hi, Anna. Correct, Suhas. Correct. Right? So it is minus I. Anyone have any doubt in this? Now, what is I to the power 4? What is I to the power 4? What is I to the power 4? Very good, Ananya. Correct. Ananya, correct. Very good, Krish. Krish, message to host. Krish, message to host. Correct. 1. Because again, it is I square into I square, minus 1 into minus 1, which is 1. So can I just write like this? That, sir, if I'm having I to the power 4n, any multiple of 4, the value is equal to what? Tell me, the value is equal to what? 1, always 1. Very good. Awesome. Awesome. Right? Now, if I'm saying I to the power 4n plus 1, the value is going to be, tell me, what value is going to be what? Think about it. Everyone, use your common sense. Right? So just I, na? Correct. Just I. No, n is again, right? N is whole number. N is whole number, na? Obviously, n is whole number, right? N is whole number. Okay, n is whole number, right? Sorry, n is natural number, not whole number. It can be whole number also, right? Because again, if it is 0, then it is also equal to 1, right? Okay, okay, right? Okay, and if I is equal to 4n plus 2, then it is equal to what? 4n plus 2 is equal to what? Minus 1, correct. And I to the power 4n plus 3 is equal to what? Minus I, na? Correct. Very good, Sampada. Minus I, na, Abhilash? Right? Minus I. Anyone have any doubt in this? Tell me, anyone have any doubt in this? Anyone have any doubt in this? Raise your hand. Anyone? These concepts are clear. So let us see how to use these things, right? Let us see concept check. So if I'm giving you a problem like this, I plus I square plus I cube plus I to the power 4 plus I to the power 5 dot I to the power 100 is equal to, tell me, can you solve this? Can you solve this? What is the value? Tell me, everyone, what is the value? It should not take more than 10-20 seconds. Right? Use your common sense. Use your common sense. Very good, Snigdho. Just use your common sense. Only Snigdho gave the answer. No, Suhas. No. Use your common sense. Everyone, use your common sense. Right? That's why I keep on saying common sense, which is not so common. Anna, tell me. Things are not difficult. We make it difficult. As simple as that, right? How many of you started solving? Okay, let me give you a hint. What's the value of this? Tell me, what's the value of this? Tell me, what is the value of this? I plus I square plus I cube plus I to the power 4. What is the value of this? Tell me, everyone. 0. Awesome, very good. Right? So what will be the value of next 4? Next 4. I to the power 5 plus I to the power, because I to the power 5 is equal to what? I to the power 5 is equal to I only, na? Yes or no? I to the power 5 is I only. I to the power 6 is I square only. Yes or no? I to the power 7 is I cube only, which is equal to what? This is minus 1. This is minus I. And I to the power 8 is, tell me, 1. Right? Yes, obviously. Tell me, batao, this was super easy question. Yes or no? Tell me. Was this a super easy question? Right? Common sense? Yes or no? है ना? अगर टेस्ट में यही आएगा तो तुम लोग फंस जाओगे. The answer is simple, 0. 4 का 25 ग्रुप्स बनेंगे, है ना? And 25 into 0 is 0. Done? Easy? Tell me, easy? Think about it. Right? Obviously, there'll be lots of problems, right? There will be lots of problems. Okay, these are the concepts. Okay, right? Okay, so I guess concept 2 is clear. Concept 1, concept 2 is clear. Anyone have any doubt in concept 1, concept 2? Right? Okay, now, okay, vectors, right? Think about vectors only. I'm focusing on vectors. Now, you can write vectors in how many forms? Tell me. You can write vectors in how many forms? Tell me. Recall vectors, right? You can write vectors in how many forms? सर क्या पूछ दिया सर, समझ में नहीं आ रहा है. My question is, right, 2 form na. One is Cartesian form, one is polar form. Yes or no? But like first form when components are given, second form when magnitude and angle is given. Yes or no? हम लोगों ने यही पढ़ा है ना? Tell me, yes or no? Right? That's what I'm asking. Simple. That's what I'm asking. Okay, right? Nothing else. Okay, that is why no, like, we are so slow, right? Okay. Just think about vectors. Whatever we have studied, recall, right? Always recall and revise. Okay. So representation. This is representation of complex number. Of complex number. Okay, right? So keep vectors in your mind. Always keep vectors in your mind. So first representation is easy. First representation is super easy. This is real. This is imaginary. So first representation is what? A plus IB or A plus BI, right? I don't know. Like I keep on writing IB. Okay. So this representation is clear. This is representation 1. Right? So this representation is when the real and imaginary or the components are given. Same as components are given, right? I'll just write vectors here, right? When you talk about vectors, so Z vector is equal to AI cap plus BJ cap. Vectors. And this is complex number. Okay? Clear ye cheez? Right? But suppose, right? So this is, suppose this, right? This is a vector. This is the point. Okay? So this is the point. Now the question is, right? Just think about vectors point of view. Instead of this value a comma b, suppose instead of this, you have given that this magnitude is r and this angle is theta, right? I hope all of you can tell me now, right? What is x component? Tell me what is x component over here. Tell me what is x component. Everyone, if AB is not given, right? AB is not given, the magnitude is given, this angle is given. Then what is the x component? Very good. Awesome. See, you guys are so smart, right? R cos theta. Very good. And what is the y component? What is the y component? Tell me. R sin theta. Awesome. See, right? See, I'm not doing anything. You guys are telling me everything. So can I say that, sir, right? In case of magnitude and angle, right? I can write as R cos theta I cap. Sorry, I ate theta. Sorry, I ate theta. Theta I cap plus R sin theta j cap. Yes or no? Yes or no? Or if I take R common, it will be what? Cos theta I cap plus sin theta j cap. Anyone have any doubt in this? Raise your hand. This is what we have already studied. Simple. This is what we have already studied. Anna? Okay. Anyone have any doubt? No. Now use the same concept for vectors. Tell me if in vectors also. Sorry. Complex number, right? If in complex number also magnitude is given, right? Magnitude is given and angle is given. So z can be written as. Tell me. Z can be written as. Think about it. Z can be written as. Tell me. Same concept. Same concept. Tell me, everyone. Common sense, which is not so common. Very good, Sampada. Awesome. See, right? R cos theta plus R sin theta I cap. Sorry, not I cap. It is just I. Just I. Just I. Because yes, R cos theta plus R sin theta I. Awesome, right? Very good, Abhilash. Very good, Roshni. So Z can be as R common कर लूंगा मैं, क्या हो जाएगा? Cos theta plus I sin theta. Yes or no? Tell me. Anyone have any doubt in this? Anyone have any doubt in this? No. Okay, awesome. So this is what? This is your Cartesian representation. This is called as polar representation. Polar representation. Makes sense? Tell me. Makes sense? Makes sense? Right? Awesome. Chalo. Right. Okay. I hope all of you know trigonometry. All of you know trigonometry, basic one, right? 10th wala. So as we studied in vectors, right? As we studied in vectors, that we have two components. One is magnitude, one is angle. So magnitude is same root of a square plus b square, or this is equal to r. Yes or no? This is equal to r, because cos square theta plus sin square theta is 1, right? This is equal to r. Okay, right? And theta is equal to tan inverse b by a. Right? Now, what this theta is called? Obviously, normally in vectors, we don't call it anything. But in case of complex number, this theta is called as argument. Right? Not argument wala, right? Okay. The name is given as argument, right? Argument, right? Which is the angle of what? Argument kiska? Ye angle kiska hai? Tell me. The angle kiska hai? Z ka hai na? Right? This is the angle that which, yes, complex number is making. So it is argument of Z. This is called as theta. Simple, right? So obviously you don't have to write complete word argument, right? So normally it is written arg Z. Arg Z is just theta. Simple. Clear hai? Which is equal to tan inverse b by e. Right? Clear, anyone have any doubt in this? Anyone have any doubt in this? We will be using these concepts, right? We will be using these concepts. Anyone have any doubt? Raise your hand. Anyone have any doubt in representation? Tell me. Anyone have any doubt in representation? No? Thumbs up? यस यस, समझ में आ रहा है? क्रिश सो गया? नहीं ना, गुड, राइट। सुहास, सुहान, एनीवन हु स्लेप्ट? सर रात को बहुत देर तक कुछ कर रहे थे, नींद आ रहा है। एनीवन हु इज लाइक दैट? नो, राइट? चलो, बस, चलो, very good. Okay, now note there's one more representation that we will be studying, right, at the end of the chapter, right? And now there's one more representation. We will not be studying this here, but I will just mention it, right? So because there's this thing cos theta plus I sine theta, okay, right? There's something called expansion, you know? This is equal to e to the power I theta, right? This is no, this is equal to e to the power I theta. Okay, this is called as Euler formula. Euler form, right? This is given by the scientist named Euler, Euler's formula. Now tell me, if you use this concept, if you use this, right? So can I say that z is equal to what? R e to the power I theta? Yes or no? Because I'm saying cos theta plus I sin theta is equal to e to the power I theta. E वही exponential और कुछ नहीं है, e exponential ही है, right? है ना? तो यहाँ पे पोलर फॉर्म में cos theta plus I sin theta की जगह मैं अगर e to the power I theta डाल दूं तो क्या हो जाएगा? Z is equal to R into e to the power I theta, right? है ना? So this we will study later, right? Study later. ये होता है. This is something that we, right, need to accept. ये होता है ना? किसी ने किया है, okay? Right? So this is called as Euler form. So how many forms total? How many forms of complex number we have? Tell me. So complex number, how many forms? 3 forms, right? And now see, in vector it was only 2 because cos theta plus I sin theta is called as e to the power I theta, not cos I cap plus sin j cap is equal to e to the power. No, just this one, cos theta plus I sin theta. Okay, right? Yes. So first is your normal Cartesian form, second is polar form, and third is Euler form. Clear ho gaya cheez, right? So this concept 3 is clear. Tell me, concept 3 is also clear, right? Raise your hand. Concept 3 is clear. Now, what kind of question can be asked? Tell me. इस concept में कैसे questions आ सकते हैं? Tell me. Because think about a teacher's point of view, right? If you have to frame a problem based on this concept, only topic 3, right? What kind of question you can form? Tell me. What kind of question you can form? Everyone. A third, Chinmay, बताओ. What kind of question you can form? Abhilash, Anagha, Harshan, Terence, John, Nazreen, Ragna, Prashasti, Yash. ना रिजल्टेंट वाला तो वो तो अगेन वो तो एडिशन वाले में हो गया ना, वो तो एडिशन हो गया, राइट? एडिशन ऑफ वेक्टर्स टाइप. जस्ट टॉपिक 3, यू हैव टू यूज जस्ट टॉपिक 3, है ना? वो तो हम लोगों ने भी पढ़ा ही नहीं है अभी तक. जस्ट टॉपिक 3. if you have to use just topic 3, this topic only, right? Okay, just this concept only. Whatever is written here, that's it. You have to frame a problem based on this. Tell me. You have to frame a problem based on this. Then how you will frame. The day you start thinking as a teacher now, right? You will not have any problem solving any problems. Right? Okay. That's what like you need to do. You need to think like a teacher, right? Every student is a teacher, by the way. I don't know why you guys don't realize this, because I always used to teach my classmates, right? So I was a teacher for them, right? So teacher is nothing. Teacher is just like everyone is a teacher. Yes or no? Tell me, right? You might be teaching your younger brother or sister. Anyone have younger brother or sister? Varun have, right? Younger siblings. Do they listen to you? Do they listen to you? The question is, do they listen to you? No, right? How does it feel? How does it feel when they don't listen to you? कैसा लगता है? right? है ना? It is straight. And what you guys do then? What you guys do? That is called karma, you know, that is called karma, right? है ना? Karma hits you back. Right? Chalo. So think about it, it is written in the problem itself, it is written in the problem itself, right? So see, type 1 problems, right? Think like a teacher, think like a teacher. Type 1, right? Why we need to see the problem and think how to solve? Instead, we will do opposite. We'll see the concept and think what kind of problems can be asked, right? So type 1 is what? Interconversion. Right? Interconversion of one form to another. One form to another. Yes or no? Tell me. Right? है ना? तुमको बोल दिया जाएगा z is equal to, right, what? 3 plus 4i. Convert into polar form. Convert into polar form. Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? Right? Simple. यही किया जाएगा. या polar form देके बोला convert into Cartesian form. Right? Okay. Now, how to solve it? How to solve it? For polar form, what you require? Tell me. Think like that, right? For polar form, what you require? Polar form के लिए तुमको क्या चाहिए? Tell me. Polar form is what? Just r cos theta plus I sin theta. Right? Yes. So first you need to find r, and second you need to find theta. Yes or no? Ayana, tell me. Yes or no? Right? So I guess you can easily find r. Now, what is r, guys? What is r? R is equal to what? Root of 3 square plus 4 square. See, steps, right? If everything is crystal clear, no, you don't have to worry, right? Awesome. Very good, Reshma. 5. And what is theta? So I guess say tan theta. What is tan theta? What is tan theta? What is tan theta? 4/3. Awesome. Now, यहाँ पे concept है, यहाँ पे generally गलत होता है, यहाँ पे concept, right? Which concept? Check the quadrant. Always check the quadrant. Check the quadrant. Got it, right? Now, 3, 4 is in which quadrant? 3, 4 is in which quadrant? Always, this is the concept that you have to keep in mind. First quadrant. Tan is positive, right? What about cos and sine? Will they be positive or negative? This is the best way to approach problems, right? Very good, awesome. So if tan theta is equal to 4/3, what is cos theta? What is cos theta? Tan theta is equal to 4/3. What is cos theta? I guess all of you can solve this. 3/5, right? Anna, right? Okay, right? And what is sine theta? 4/5, right? But obviously you don't have to put the value of cos theta and sine theta. Na? Yes or no? Right? You don't have to put the value of cos theta, otherwise you will get the same thing. Na? So you just have to write this, right? Z is equal to what? 5. 5. Tell me then. Cos theta plus I sin theta, right? The theta is equal to tan inverse 4/3. That's it. समझ में आया? Right? है ना? Put मत कर देना. Put कर दोगे तो क्या हो गया? 5 कट जाएगा, 5 कट जाएगा, same आ जाएगा. Right? Okay. Usually you should write the value of theta. है ना? You should write the value of theta. Right? But यहाँ पे क्या है? Tan inverse 4/3 है ना? है कि नहीं? And see, you can write that tan inverse 4/3 is equal to what? If you remember 53 degree, 37 degree, anyone remember this concept? Right? You can write that we know if it is 4, it is 3. Now obviously when ulta aa diya, so this is what? 53 degree, right? And this is 53 degree. So this theta is equal to 53 degree. Okay, so this is something that we have to remember, right? So 5 cos 53 degree plus I sin 53 degree. ठीक है, right? Clear हो गया या clear हो गया? Yes or no? Is this clear? Right. Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Now note. Right? The value of theta, the argument of z, argument z, right? Or which is basically theta. The value should lie between minus pi to pi, minus pi to pi. Okay, right? This is called as principal argument. Okay. Okay, what's the meaning of this? What's the meaning of this? Tell me, what is the meaning of this? Suppose I'm having this z is equal to, think about it, z is equal to what? Minus 3 minus 4I cap. Tell me, this is in which quadrant? This is in which quadrant? Tell me, this is in which quadrant, right? So first of all, what is value of r? What is value of r? R is equal to 5 only. So z is equal to, tell me, 5, comma. Now again, cos theta plus I sin theta, cos theta plus I sin theta. Always write this. Always cos theta plus I sin theta. You don't have to put any sign over here because angle will itself get adjusted. ठीक है, दिमाग यहाँ पे लगाना. Now forget about the signs, right? That is the trick. That is the trick. Forget about the signs. Forget about the signs. So tan theta is equal to what? Forget about the signs. Sin को तुम भूल जाओ, right? 4/3. So theta is equal to 53 degree. This is the trick. This is the trick. जब भी यहाँ पे कोई भी साइन है ना, यहाँ पे लिखते हो तुम साइन को भूल जाओ. Just take the positive value. Just take the positive value. Okay? ये सबको समझ में आया? ये सबको समझ में आया? Yes or no? Tell me. Now, what is the trick? Trick is this. Trick is this. Right? Since you already know that this is in third quadrant, since you already know this is in third quadrant by checking this, I can say that, sir, ये जो 53 degree है ना, this 53 degree, right, is actually with respect, okay, yes, yes, this 53 degree is actually with respect to this in third quadrant. अब समझ में आया? Tell me, अब समझ में आया? Yes or no? Okay, which means this is 53 degree. This is 53. Okay, right? But as I told you, the angle should be, right? When you talk about the angle should be either this or this, right? Yes or no? Right? Pi tak nahi to 0 se minus pi tak. So what is this angle, guys? What is this angle theta? If this is 53, then what is this angle? Because either I can write this as what? 180 plus 53 degree. Either I can write like this or I can write like this, 180 minus 180 plus 53 degree. Yes or no? समझो, ये जो angle है, either I can write like this or I can write like this. Agreed? Either I can write like this or I can write like this. But if you're writing 180 plus 53 degree, if you write 180 plus 53 degree, it is more than 180 degree. It is more than pi because this is 180. This is minus 180. So, but according to the problem, according to the concept, right, the value of theta should always between what? 180 to minus 180. So tell me, out of these two values, which value I should take? Which value of theta I should take? Second one. Awesome. Very good. So I'll just write as theta dash. So here theta is equal to what? Theta is equal to what? Minus 180 degree plus theta dash. Agreed? Yes or no? Tell me. Yes or no? सबको समझ में आ गया ये? Right? Here which quadrant? Tell me, for which quadrant? For which quadrant? This is for which quadrant? Tell me, this is for which quadrant? कौन सा quadrant लिया था? Third quadrant. Awesome. Third quadrant. Right? For first quadrant, theta is equal to theta dash. For first quadrant, we have already done this. For first quadrant, right? Theta is equal to theta dash. If this is theta dash, right? Now tell me, in second quadrant, right? Second quadrant, if you take, tell me, this is the shortcut that, now this is trigonometry, right? As I told you, this is trigonometry. This is nothing to do with complex number. Anna, tell me, this is not complex number. This is trigonometry. That's why I told you the basics of trigonometry, right? Okay. I'm not teaching you complex number. Right? Now tell me, if I'm talking about this is theta dash, this is theta dash, then I can say that, sir, in this case, this will be theta. No. This will be theta, no? This will be theta, right? So in this case, what is theta? Tell me, theta is equal to what? Reshma? Theta is equal to what? Yes. Very good, Swan. 180 minus theta dash. Yes or no? Right? Agreed. Tell me, agreed. Yes, very good, Suhan. This is for which quadrant? This is for which quadrant? Second quadrant. Right? Now, last quadrant is fourth quadrant. Last is fourth quadrant. Okay? Right? Now, suppose this is theta dash. This is theta dash. So in this case, theta is equal to what? Tell me. Tell me. Minus theta dash. Awesome. Very good, Suhan. Minus theta dash. This is for fourth quadrant. Right? हाँ या ना? So this is the trick, right? Because normally क्या होता है ना, हम लोग हमेशा गलत करते हैं एंगल में, right? हमेशा यहाँ पे एंगल में गलत हो जाता है, right? So best है तुम भूल जाओ, साइन भूल जाओ, just take positive and calculate theta dash, ठीक है? And just check किस quadrant में है. If it is in first quadrant, theta is equal to theta dash. If it is in second quadrant, theta is equal to 180 minus theta dash. If it is in third quadrant, it is minus 180 plus theta dash. याद नहीं करना, तुम देख लेना है, तुम देख लोगे समझ में आ जाएगा, राइट? बट दिस इज द कॉन्सेप्ट. क्लियर हो गया ये चीज? है ना? सो इस प्रॉब्लम के लिए फॉर दिस प्रॉब्लम z is equal to what? Z is equal to 5. Tell me cos. Now this is in third quadrant, so it is minus 180 plus 53. So theta is equal to minus 180 plus 53. कितना हो जाएगा? बताओ कितना हो जाएगा? minus 127 ना, है ना? So cos minus 127 degree plus I sin minus 127 degree. This is the answer. क्लियर हो गया सबको ये? हाथ उठा लो. क्लियर हो गया सबको ये? Right? So this topic is clear. Anyone have any doubt? Tell me. Anyone have any doubt in this topic? Tell me. Anyone have any doubt in this topic? Raise your hand. उनको समझ में नहीं आएगा, मार्क्स कम आएंगे, है ना? राइट? है कि नहीं? क्लास नहीं करो तो कहाँ समझ में आएगा? ये सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट? मेक मिस्टेक इन दिस कॉन्सेप्ट, एंड दिस कॉन्सेप्ट इज नॉट ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर, दिस इज ऑफ ट्रिगोनोमेट्री. समझ में आया? सो क्वेश्चंस आएंगे एंड यू विल मेक दिस मिस्टेक, आई टेल यू, राइट? बिकॉज you, right, obviously you guys are paying attention. I'm saying in general, who doesn't pay attention or who left the class, they will make mistake. So this is very, very important concept. This will be used in trigonometry as well as complex number. Okay, right? Note it down. Okay, I hope all of you are making notes. Right? Okay, so I will 10 more minutes, right? Because I have to complete one more topic, and that is super easy topic. Okay, super easy topic, topic 4. Now tell me, vectors में उसके बाद, right? Introduction of vectors, representation of vectors के बाद कौन सा topic आया था? Tell me, which topic was there in vectors, right? After the basics, tell me. Obviously, definition of vectors, right? वो तो यहाँ पे है नहीं. Okay, right? Tell me, there's a topic called as operations on vectors. Yes or no? Tell me. Right? So here the topic will also be operations of complex number. Now, same as vector, ditto same as vector. Okay, right? You can just think like this, same as vector, right? Then same, ditto same, no difference. Okay, right? For example, if I'm having Z1 is equal to A1 plus IB1 and Z2 is equal to A2 plus IB2, right? So first is addition, subtraction, right? Addition, subtraction. Okay, right? Same as vectors. So what is Z1 plus Z2? Tell me, what is Z1 plus Z2? Everyone. What is Z1 plus Z2? Super easy question, super easy question. Same as vectors. If you remember vectors, it should be very easy. Tell me. Tell me, everyone. Now this is much easier than vector. This operations in complex number is much easier than vectors. Right? Very good. A1 plus A2 plus I B1 plus B2. Awesome. Correct. Right? Right? If you talk about Z1 minus Z2, anything you can do it. Now this is addition, right? When we have in complement form. But suppose Z1 is R in terms of R and theta 1, R theta 1, right? Z1 in terms of R theta 1, right? Z1 in terms of R1 theta 1, Z2 in terms of R2 theta 2. Then what is Z1 plus Z2? The magnitude. Then what is Z1 plus Z2 magnitude? Because here, the magnitude of Z1 plus Z2 will be what? Root of, I guess all of you can say, A1 plus A2 ka whole square, right? Plus B1 plus B2 का whole square, है ना? X component square plus Y component square. But यहाँ बताओ, Z1 R1 है, Z2 R2 है, theta 1 theta 2 है. Then let us see how many of you remember the concept of vectors. Tell me. And here I'm saying that theta 1 is greater than theta 2. Doesn't matter, right? Doesn't matter. Because cos theta or cos minus 2, दोनों value same होता है, so it's fine. Awesome. Very good, Snigdha. Correct. Awesome. सही है. Concept of vectors. Guys, concept of vectors. How many of you remember this? So cos phi, right? Cos phi. Now, what was this cos phi? It is angle between Z1 and Z2. Right? So this phi is theta 1 minus theta 2. Right? Angle between these two. Okay? Angle between Z and Z. सबको समझ में आ रही है? हाँ, चलो. Tell me, right? Anyways, we will be using this later, right? I'm just writing in terms of, right, vectors, because we have already covered vectors. Okay, right? Anyone have any doubt in this? Addition, subtraction, right? We will be continuing this topic, right? Don't worry, we will be continuing with this topic. Okay, right? Okay, so that's it for today's class. I hope all of you understood these concepts. Mayana, raise your hand. All of you understood these concepts, right? So we just use these concepts only, nothing new. Okay, right? So I will send this notes, right? But I hope all of you already made your notes. Take care, right? All of you already made your notes. So I'm not giving any homework, right? Just thing is, go through module ones. Like go through module and NCERT ones. Examples, that's it. No more homework, right? I'm not giving you any other homework, right? That is the homework, right? Go through modules and NCERT examples. Can you do that? Can you just do that? Right? That's it. That's what I'm saying, right? That's it. और कुछ नहीं बोल रहा. Okay? Okay?